Danny Ings' first goal of the season rescued West Ham from a desperate defeat to his former club Burnley. The striker has been a not-so-super sub ever since his £12 million move from Aston Villa last January, but delivered what could be a crucial point for his manager.
Burnley took a shock lead through David Dartro Fofana before Konstantinos Mavropanos' own goal capped a horrendous first half for the Hammers. At half-time, the Moyes out segment of West Ham supporters would have been fully loaded on ammunition after a desperate 45 minutes, though there is little any manager can do about some of the incompetence that was on display.
The Scots' changes, at half-time and late on, transformed the game, and the Hammers were denied a clear spot kick to win the game late on. Moyes has emphasised the importance of their home form between now and the end of the season if West Ham are to maintain hopes of European qualification, which are now looking less likely by the week.
A fast start against Brentford last time out here got the Hammers back on the right course, but Burnley's early opener, their first goal for a month, had them on the back foot once again. Since the turn of the year, the Hammers simply haven't been able to find their form.
It did not turn the already flat London Stadium toxic, there was merely a wave of apathy from the stands in Stratford. Moyes had restored T.S.F Aguerd to the starting 11, having dropped him for poor form in recent weeks.
Most read in football seeing Red McGinn sent off for moment of madness as Emery pulls ace away from furious brawl. RIP Toffee's legend Everton icon Jimmy Husband, who won First Division title, dies aged 76. LIN Business Jesse Lingard's home debut sets K-League record as fans rush to Lingard's own THOM Glum Havertz should NT have been on pitch to score late. Arsenal winner, says Frank Cheltenham. Betting offers best free bet deals for the festival, but the Moroccan returned with a clanger, allowing Fofana to play a 1-2 off his leg before letting the forward stride between him and Calvin Phillips and fire a rocket past Alphonse Areola. Having constantly handed the ball over to Freiburg on Thursday night, West Ham were being just as generous to their visitors from Lancashire.
West Ham should be doing better under David Moyes. Paqueta, Mavropanos and Calvin Phillips, in front of England manager Gareth Southgate, were the main culprits. While supporters were frustrated with what they were seeing, their rage was mainly reserved for Burnley's tiresome time-wasting, which started immediately after the opener.
That was until Mavropanos turned in a cross from ex-Hammer Josh Cullen to double Burnley's lead. Jacob Bruun-Larsen was given the time to slip a ball in behind Vladimir Koufal into the path of Cullen, who crossed and watched the Greek defender stretch his leg behind and prod the ball into his own net.
Boos rang out then, and minutes later at the half-time whistle. Moyes acted swiftly at half-time, removing Phillips and James Ward-Prowse for Michail Antonio and Edson Alvarez, and there was an immediate reward. With Paqueta back playing in his preferred number 10 role, the Brazilian struck within a minute of half-time.
Collecting Lorenzo Sinan's poor header, gliding through on goal and rolling the ball past James Trafford. West Ham suddenly had life. Mavropanos saw a header deflected behind before Jared Bowen's attempt at the far post was unfortunately blocked by Paqueta, who then bent his own effort wide of the far post.
Burnley was still threatening on the break, with Fofana sending one at Areola before Vitinho's strike was deflected narrowly wide. But it was West Ham on top at last. Paqueta sent another low shot goalward, but Trafford reached that one, before Mohamed Kudus blazed over from 10 yards out after slipping on the greasy surface which had just caused the linesman to take a well-received tumble.
Burnley were frustrating West Ham's efforts to get their second. Sander Berge even rugby tackling Bowen to try and stop one break, which ended with Vladimir Kufel's deflected cross hitting the crossbar. Ings was sent on for defender Aguerd in a late roll of the dice, another sub which paid off for Moyes.
Having had his first goal of the season ruled out for a desperately close offside, the former Burnley man got back up and grabbed a fine equaliser, spinning to send a dipping strike under Trafford from Kudus's cross. Read more. Son STORIESALL is, I flew to Disneyland Paris for the day, but was it worth the hassle? Country living Katie Price cuddles up with boyfriend JJ Slater for unusual date night. There could have been more late goals at either end, with Berger firing over the bar seconds later and Antonio sending the ball dribbling across the open goal, just out of Paqueta's reach.
Ings, doing more in a West Ham shirt in this one appearance than he has for the last year, then struck the bar on the volley. Just as in Freiburg midweek, West Ham should have had a late penalty for a blatant handball from Berger which was not given, with Moyes storming to confront referee Darren England at full time.